Amid looming exit by Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger from ECOWAS, the Regional Development Bank says financial contributions remain steady for now, despite its planned withdrawal from the Economic Community of West African States (ECOWAS). Mali has committed nearly $200 million to support regional infrastructure projects through the ECOWAS Bank for Investment and Development (EBID), the bank revealed this week. McDonald Gunu, EBID's Director of Research and Strategic Planning, disclosed this during a briefing with ECOWAS parliamentarians at the first ordinary session in Abuja. Lawmakers had expressed concern over the status of development projects in countries within the Alliance of Sahel States (AES), particularly as political instability and withdrawal announcements mount in the region. Gunu reassured Parliament that, despite geopolitical tensions, Mali and other AES nations have not defaulted on their financial obligations, a move that has helped sustain infrastructure momentum across the sub-region. However, he warned of growing financial pressures and urged remaining ECOWAS member states to strengthen their commitment to avoid undermining investor confidence.
2018, we financed a project with, how do you call them again, EBOMAF. It was a road construction project in Guinea.
When a bank is giving money out to a country or a person, we look at the person's reputation. We have what we call the 4 C's: credibility, credit, and all. You gotta look at. It's not anybody. I thought initially about Mali, how Mali was a good country in paying. Even Burkina Faso. Now they say they are leaving. They have been also servicing out there. So that is something I want to talk about.
We are looking into how we can help the small producers in the country. This to say that the challenge that EDIP has today is lack of financing, lack of appropriate resources, because we enter the market of resource mobilization and sometimes the rates are so high.
Similarly, parliamentarians in their interventions, while commending EBID for major gains, expressed concerns about the impact of constrained funding, particularly on abandoned infrastructure projects and agriculture, a sector seen as vital for food security and job creation. Honorable Salamina, Honorable Sherif Sa, and Honorable Tawumbe all called for the proper implementation and creation of a specialized agricultural development bank to revitalize the sector and reduce rural poverty. In response, Gunu reaffirmed EBID's commitment to financing climate resilience, agriculture, and poverty reduction programs, saying these are central to curbing irregular migration and advancing ECOWAS development goals.
When will the actual EBID fund ECOWAS will start construction, and when will it end? We are worried. We can't wait to see its completion. Otherwise, the bashing upon us, the politicians, for that particular district, it has become so burdensome.
Are there any plans in opening agricultural banks that can support our local farmers? Because we are in need of those things. Because our local farmers are doing all what it takes, but at the end of the day, it becomes zero. And 90% of us are coming from areas that are being controlled by local farmers.
And we want to see more farming investments and not just others coming to invest in Africa or in the sub-region of West Africa.
Has an agricultural facility there that aims to finance. We are also interested in conservation, but it's not EDIP.
We are concerned about. And one of our strategies is to see how we support projects and programs in countries to provide job opportunities for the youth. Because if you look at most of the people who are crossing the Mediterranean, who are dying, most of them are coming from West Africa.
Also addressing the session, ECOWAS Auditor General Jafida outlined ongoing reforms aimed at tightening financial oversight and enhancing transparency across ECOWAS institutions.
Noticed in terms of gaps and mismanagement in the implementation of project and programs. So we track risks on a periodic, when we talk about risks, we talk about operations, what are we look at the gaps in terms of non-compliance, and we try to anticipate risks pertaining to theft or non-compliance to standards in the economy and in the expenses. We also ensure proper compliance in terms of respect of rules of procedures, of procurement, of goods and services. All that comes under our bureau.
So far in 2024, EBID has disbursed just over 20% of its annual loan commitments, according to GUNU. He called for deeper collaboration with the ECOWAS Parliament to realize the Vision 2050 agenda, a blueprint for inclusive growth, economic diversification, and greater regional integration. Vincent Okushi, QTV News, Nigeria.